Good morning, bedheads. Click. Now, this does not have any words on it, but look at how freaking beautiful. This is from a member of our community, handmade. Lee, so gorgeous. In fact, Lee, do you sell these? You did not list a shop or anything for me, because I actually would like to buy a couple more of these from you if you sell them. And if you do, you guys, isn't that, I mean, it's just like perfect too. I have no problem. And in fact, I just had an idea. So let me do a little bit of housekeeping, but Lee, thank you so much. I have a couple other things I need to thank people for too, but I'll dribble them out. Okay. Thank you. So nice. So Lee actually put you guys, she said, thanks for putting yourself and your energy out there in the world. I totally appreciate you guys for being here. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do this if you guys weren't here. My coping skills these days are listening to Coffee with Karen. Click. Do you see my little, actually it's clink, but see my little clink back there that I got from one of yous? I got to put your names on these things or I'm going to, because, I see names all the time. Was that from Beth? I think that was from Beth. Okay, see, then I feel bad. The empath in me, the feeler. Oh, goodness gracious. So she said, my coping skills these days are listening to Coffee with Karen while throwing mugs on the pottery wheel. I think I might need to get a pottery wheel. Look at that. I mean, it's even prettier. It's even prettier in person, you guys. It's amazing. Dishwasher, microwave safe. So Lee, if you have a shop or you sell these, would you let me know? You can email me at, I'm hesitant to put it out there, just because if you guys email, sometimes if we get a lot of emails, it's hard for us to get back to everybody, but just know that we do read them. Okay. So it's Karen at determined with a D to lovemondays.com. That was my first business. Okay. So, a little bit of housekeeping. And then, well, let me tell you what we're going to do today. I got another message from the pendulum. I'm kind of into this pendulum thing, and I like bringing a message. We'll talk about the message, and then I'll ask the SGs using the dowsing rods. Okay, a little bit. I got a little bit of a section from the New Earth that I wanted to bring to the public channel. This is the book we're reading in the Spirit Circle. And then this is the card deck. They wanted me to pull a card for you today. So we'll probably keep it nice and sweet, short and sweet today, but just a little bit of housekeeping. First, you might have noticed we're dabbling in testing out what premieres mean to the channel, okay, to the community. And I realized yesterday, as much as because I'm putting out 2 videos a day for now, which means like in the future that might change a little bit, but because I'm putting out 2 videos, it obviously the energy it would take for one of us to always be in the chat when you guys are chatting during the premiere would probably be a little too much. So what I would rather do is have the premieres if you guys like it, so that you can talk to each other faster than you can in comments, because that's really different. So when something premieres, so I'll just continue putting a video out as a premiere. So while it's running, you guys can chat with each other. Okay. So like today, I need to record chapter 4 for the Spirit Circle for the new for the Golden Future. And so I'm going to do that right after this. And so I won't be able to be in the chat. Okay, does that make sense? So you guys will do a little, maybe after a couple of weeks, I'll put a call out to say like, do you guys want us to continue doing premieres? Do you like just talking to each other? That's kind of the hope, is that you really just like talking to each other. And it looks like you do. So now Gary from our community has volunteered to be a moderator, and he has been a part of our community since day one. He's like a huge, he comments, probably has the most comments and participation. And so we've gotten to know Gary. And so we've set him as a moderator. He's got a little wrench next to his name, I think. So if you see him in there, And if anybody else is interested in moderating and feels like, they're going to be around quite a bit, let us know. You can send us an email as well. So, okay. I just had an idea for the Spirit Circle, actually. So if you're wondering what the Spirit Circle is, it's a membership for the channel. That quite a few people have sent me their artwork and their craft. And I thought, what a good idea as a perk for this. I'm always looking for little perks we can do that wouldn't add more of my energy in terms of time to the Spirit Circle and for the members. And I thought, what a great idea to have like a shop directory, because right now we're all looking for different places to shop, aren't we? So why not support our community members? So I'm going to do a call out in the Spirit Circle for those who are in it. And if you have a shop, then you can list that, and then we'll publish that on the public channel so that anybody can, see who can they support from the channel. All right. So consider, if you're looking for gifts, a lot of people have Etsy shops, consider supporting somebody from the community. Wouldn't that be amazing? This way you're supporting someone here, a light worker, rather than Bezos, right? Even though like we have a shop on Amazon, but and some people don't mind doing that right now, and that's okay. But it's I want people to do whatever they're called to do, and so we can offer that option. Okay. And then actually, now that I just said that, I didn't make this connection, but we are actually opening our shop with mugs, stickers, and magnets, with just things that have been said on the channel. And today or tomorrow. So watch for that. We'll post it in the post. Okay. And that's, it's just a fun way to support the channel if you want to. So support Marsha, Lob, and I. Excuse me. I almost had another tumbleweed. Okay. I thought that was funny yesterday. I'm going to start calling them tumbleweeds in my throat. All right. So message today from the spirit guides. Really interesting. Let me grab I did post in the community post yesterday. It's called Posts in the Channel. It used to be called Community. What the pendulum messages have been to date. So I posted a picture of this. So if you want to see a full picture of this, I'm just asking everybody to use this information responsibly in terms of like, it's great to help you get perspective and feel good about what's coming, but I also don't want people to be overly disappointed if the timeline and everything doesn't work quite the way you want it to. Okay. So just use it responsibly. I'm just today, it's like whatever message I get today is what I'll focus on. And I'm not wondering about what's going to happen and when. I'm over that, Okay. So again, the pendulum looks like that. And every morning now, I just ask if they have a message for the community. Okay. And 2 days ago, it was patience today. Then yesterday, it was very soon. And they know what we're referring to. I clarified, like, what do they mean by that? And we'll do that today. So this is the message today. Want no damage. Want no damage. Okay. That may be why I'm guessing I have not asked them. I'd rather wait to ask them with you. Sometimes I do, but I have not asked them today. Maybe that's why they're asking us to be patient and very soon. Okay. So, and then let's just say on a political, that there's all these pieces of the puzzle they're trying to put together so that they have all their ducks in a row. Okay. This is very, 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 very most serious thing we've ever seen on Earth, I think. Very serious. And they've got all these pieces of the puzzle. And let's just say yesterday, when the SG said very soon, or even like last week on the 12th, they said tyrant down today. Let's just say one of those pieces of the puzzle shifted. For whatever reason, there are billions, there's 8 billion people on the planet that are sending energy out. You got to imagine how much stuff shifts. So, and people are, I would say, I don't know what percentage of people are on this side and I'm going to use sides because people are, everybody has all their different perspectives. So I can imagine as we've got people saying, we want this to happen, that shifts the energy. And then the people over here, I don't want this to happen, that shifts the energy. Can you imagine like the constant, and maybe the little pieces of the puzzle get a little bit of roadblocks, got to work through that roadblock. Okay. I'm just kind of seeing this. It's just fascinating. I think that's probably what's going on. So, want no damage, I'm guessing, is they're saying to us, hey, we're working behind the scenes to mitigate the damage. That's my guess. And I'm going to ask them right now. Okay. So, what do you think? Actually, before I ask them, what do you think? What's your intuition telling you? Because we're working on our intuition on this channel. What's your intuition telling you about what that means? Now that you guys are in the chat, what do you think? Give you a second. Give you a second to use your intuition. Okay. So let's just ask. And again, this is, well, I can ask them to talk from the collective, but I've already done the prayer this morning, you guys, because I did the pendulum, but I can do it again. Just, I don't know if people like to hear me say it. I'm not sure. So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides and guardians, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel so it's only of the light. Amen. Good morning. Morning. Okay, so I've already said hello to them and everything. I like to say, ask them how they're doing in the morning. So let's talk about want no damage a little bit. And then if you guys have additional questions, I know I've put a call out of questions for these, and my sister's got a list, so I will do that soon. Okay, I'll call out of questions for those. And so if you have additional questions, in fact, if you could, I don't think you can put the questions in the chat. So if you guys are chatting for the premiere right now, and I won't talk about the premieres that often, but I'm just trying to educate myself and educate you guys a little bit about how we're doing this for now. So don't put your questions in the chat. You need to put them in the comments, okay? Because I don't think we'll see them in the chat, okay? Okay, so want no damage. So can you tell us a little bit about want no damage, please? Yes. What I just said was my interpretation correct? Yes. Okay. So the idea is you're asking us to be patient, even though it's coming very soon. You're asking us to be patient because they're trying to limit the amount of damage that will come with any changes going forward. Yes. Okay. So let me ask, I'm curious about this. So I know I've talked about this before, you guys, but I ended up watching a tarot reader yesterday who, when I first watched her, I didn't pick up from her that she was a MAGA. I didn't pick that up. But when I read some of the comments, there was somebody who made a comment about Trump, and then somebody said, "We like Trump here, leave." Which is so mature. It's just so mature. I can't stand how mature that is. So anyway, so then I thought, okay, well, so now I watched a video yesterday. I was just curious about the topic. It was very odd. So now I have a different perspective, but it was really weird because what I find so interesting, you guys, is that the language that their community uses is the same language we use, but with the opposite outcomes. It's really weird. I just find it so strange, you know? I find it so strange. And what I mean by that, well, I got the sense that and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know a ton of history about this, but what was that? Trump's first term. What was that? What was that group that they all believed in? Um, Shoot, I had it yesterday. Hang on a sec. Yeah, QAnon. I always want to say um, AA, like QAnon. No, what's the? Anyways, QAnon. It doesn't matter. Um, it's the one that like there's one similar to AA. I always want to say, and now I've lost that word because I've got QAnon. So this is the aging brain, menopausal brain, spiritual brain, probably, right? Because those things, it's like, why do I even need to know that word? That's why I don't remember it. So it sounds to me, because my understanding with the QAnon conspiracy was that it was about the Dems being stuff with children. That was like a huge thing. Well, they're still talking about that in the comments. So they think that's what's going to come to light. So she does this reading yesterday that was all like, it's coming, la la la, kind of similar to like, but it was pretty dark actually. It was kind of similar to these kind of messages, but they are interpreting it that the Dems are going down, the deep state is going down because EM is finding stuff about them. They think that the Epstein list is going to be all Democrats on there. So, and I don't know. I don't even care about I mean, we're beyond that. Like we're looking at bigger perspectives, but and the energy around that channel too. I mean, they're all just like, oh, I can't wait till they go down. And I know we feel that way too, but I don't feel like we're like wanting people to go down because we're hateful. We're wanting to like bring the world up, This feels really different. They feel like that community felt like we want them to come out so they go down, where I feel like we want it to come out so we all can go up. It's just how I feel, and that's my interpretation, and I hope that's what we're doing. So, so I do want, okay, so they did say about the want no damage. Okay. So you guys have additional questions. Again, I can do a whole session on just the messages from the pendulum for like an evening time if you guys have enough questions. Okay. So can you guys look at that channel I was watching last night? I'm not going to say what it was. That tarot channel I was watching. And when she did that reading, well, okay, let me just say, when she did that reading, I thought maybe she's actually reading on the stuff that's going to happen to F45, and they don't know that. Because the stuff she was reading, she was interpreting as what she wanted. And again, I don't know. Are we interpreting? Maybe. Here's the thing. I don't know, and I will ask. Maybe all of these messages are, I mean, I find it hard to believe, but maybe all these messages are for us to say, be careful. I don't, let me just ask, because I just find it fascinating that we're all talking about the same thing, but with the opposite of what we think is going to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I talked about this maybe a month or so ago, and then it disturbed me. Now I'm just like, huh. It's just, I almost giggle about it because it's kind of ridiculous. So that tarot reader I was watching yesterday, was her messages regarding what she thought was the takedown of the Dems. Was that correct? Was that the takedown of the Dems, of what she thinks is going to happen? No. Okay. Was her message actually, let's just say, takedown of F45 though? And she was just, yes, and she was misinterpreting that? Okay. So we'll see. I mean, we could end up being totally surprised. But you know what? Doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever is going to get us to the golden future. That's where I'm at. It's just fascinating. But I just thought they are still talking about the Dems eating children. I mean, it's not eating, but I mean, they didn't say that specifically, but other things. I'm like, oh my God, there's no proof. There's like what, like Obama, you know? Oh, apparently Obama has a secret cellar underneath his mansion. And I'm sorry, but like when I heard that, when I read that to my husband last night, I thought to myself, if anyone carries love and light like I've seen nobody else do, it's Michelle Obama. She carries love and light. I will never, I don't know how you could look at her and believe that would be happening in that family. If it is, and somehow we're surprised, although would you ever believe it? Because you can't really, if the other side came out with stuff, how would we even believe that? I don't know. This is the problem is how are they going to believe if stuff's going down about F-45? This is why, want no damage. So they're asking for patience. Okay, so it's just interesting. All right, so I wanted to just point out this paragraph. I'm on page 167 in case some of you in the public channel are reading along, but I'm on page 167, which is chapter 28. And I really just, I liked this. This is just a reminder to us is that at this level, when we get into the golden future, excuse me, she's going into different chakras at this point, like what each chakra would do. And I just highlighted seeking higher spiritual perspective. Okay. That is really a goal of what I want our community. That's how I want to be facilitating is always seeking higher spiritual perspective. Okay. So I hope that I've been doing that because what I've been doing is talking about real 3D stuff, but seeking higher spiritual perspective. And I hadn't thought of it that way, but that's what I hope we're doing here. I'm not saying all the time. I'm not saying I don't get in the weeds and get irritated because I do. And I tell you that. So just keep that in mind that maybe even on a little sticky note for yourself, I think I even want to put this on my fridge. Seek higher spiritual perspective. So anytime you feel frustrated, anytime you see something that's really in the weeds, something F-45 has done again, the 10 things he's done that's really unbelievable, then seek higher spiritual perspective on it. Just always go right there. Like, what's the higher spiritual perspective? Okay. And I think that's what I like about the pendulum is they're giving us a little bit of higher spiritual perspective. So then it's the next paragraph was when you look for the good in people and situations, which I know this F-45 one is very hard to do that. Your solar plexus chakra glows with Christ light. No one can influence you. You are a master. When you always seek higher spiritual perspective. So the question is, can we continue to look at the 3D for perspective, because we're living in a 3D world, can we look for the good in those people and situations so that our solar plexus chakra will glow with Christ's light. And that's what's going to happen more and more when we get into the 5D. I mean, there's going to be no choice. That's just how we're going to live, which is amazing. So then I found this interesting. Okay. I really liked this page. You can see I circled, I underlined. So the solar plexus of our planet is the whole of South Africa. For thousands of years, this country has absorbed and transmuted the fears of the world and it needs us all to send it golden energy of peace, harmony, and wisdom. This will then spread throughout Africa and the planet. So that gives us a place to focus today. We can be focusing on that. And maybe that's why apartheid and all that was taking place, because for thousands of years, this country has absorbed and transmuted the fears of the world. And guess who's from there? Peter Thiel, EM, they're from there, okay? So we need to be sending golden energy of peace, harmony, and wisdom. The next paragraph was the solar plexus of the universe. So this was the solar plexus of the planet is South Africa. The solar plexus of the universe is Earth. For the past 260,000 years, while our universe has been fourth dimensional, the universe has been fourth dimensional, our planet has absorbed and transmuted all the fear arising in the cosmos. Well, no wonder. This has been a mighty undertaking and is one of the reasons Earth was overwhelmed by lower energy and became third dimensional. Because of this, there is much goodwill towards us and many spiritual hands reaching out from the universe to help us back into our rightful position in the great scheme of things. How amazing is that? So great higher spiritual perspective and just having some understanding for us in some of the lower energies and the fears that we're seeing, you know, just having some understanding. And, you know, be kind to us. Like I was starting to feel, sometimes I feel disappointed. Sometimes I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why am I a part of this? This is really weird. I don't want to be a part of this, you know, but when you seek higher spiritual perspective, it puts it all, I mean, we are just tiny, tiny, tiny little specks of this big perspective. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. All right. One little message for today. Do a message. This was the deck they pulled. So just a reminder, I have my own little deck of all my oracle cards. I've got about 50 now. I have to count. I have like 6 more sitting up there. And I think I might have gotten one in the mail today, but I haven't opened it yet. I can tell it's a box. It's a little box. So, I have like 6 sitting there that I have to do. And I like to do an unpackaging with you guys, but I haven't done it yet. So this is the one that fell out. So it's this enchanted path. Okay. Again, I don't know what it is about these cards, but every single time I pull a deck out, I'm like, oh yeah, I love those. They have such a good energy, you know. I suppose we bring our own energy to the cards, don't we? So that's good. It's good to know. It makes me feel good. So, all right. Do you guys have, what do you want us to, any clarification on what was the message? Make no damage. Any clarification you want us, or just a general message today? You look collectively to anyone who's going to be watching today or in the future. What message do you want us to have? What message do you want us to have? Whoa! Oh my gosh, that's impossible. These are pretty slippery cards, I have to say. I mean, a lot of cards just fell. A lot. Okay, I'll put those out. I do want to say that I think I'm going to start taking a break. I have been recording 2 videos a day for like 3 months, 7 days a week. And I loved it. But I'm finding now that I need a day or 2 off. So, and I need a day or 2 off this week. I don't know. We'll just play it by ear. So we may not have coffee with Karen or anything in the evenings on Friday, tomorrow, or Saturday. So I'm going to take a couple days off, unless I might do some clearings. I'm going to do it if I want to. Okay, so that's where I'm at. I have promised the public channel a clearing on karma and a clearing on, what did we do last night? Letting go of victimhood. The video on letting go of victimhood, trauma. So if you guys, I would love it if you guys watch that, because I think the more of us who work on that part of our ancestral lines, the better our earth will be. Okay, I don't know that they have another one. Let me see. Okay, I'll post that video right here, by the way, if you want to watch it next. Okay, is one of the messages in front of me? Yes. Is it the one on the left? Yep. Is the one in the middle? No. The one on the right? Okay, so there's two messages today. Yes. Wide swing. Okay. All right. Put that one away. All right, message number one. Message number one. What do you get from that? Put it in the chat if you guys are in the chat. How does that make you feel? Okay, the message. Positive thoughts. Your thoughts shape your reality. Keep them positive. Okay, good reminder. Good reminder. Okay, and the second one, love. What do you see there? Growth. Focus on personal and spiritual growth. Okay. So this is nice because it gives us a place to focus while everybody's working behind the scenes. We don't know what's going on. Everybody's working behind the scenes. We're just going to trust that whatever comes out is what needs to come out. Okay. They're doing it in a way that will mitigate as much damage as possible. So that's beautiful. So in the meantime, we're going to work on ourselves. We're going to be as positive as possible with positive thoughts and work on our own personal and spiritual growth, which is what we're doing here, you know, if you want to take a picture. Okay. All right, you guys. Have an amazing day, and I will see you Sunday. I know. But you know what? There's lots of videos. I mean, over 250 videos on this channel you guys could watch if you haven't seen. I highly doubt everybody has seen every video, so it'd be amazing if you just, you know, got caught up. You know, it'll give you time to catch up, right? Okay. All right. Have a great one, and I will see you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.